In today's lesson, we're going to simplify and multiply polynomials. We're first going to multiply binomials, which means there's two terms in each bracket. I'll review last year the acronym that you probably used FOIL when you were multiplying binomials, and then we're going to talk a little bit why we won't use that acronym anymore. So the first thing you did was you multiplied your first terms together. That's what the F was for. So 6x squared, and then it said to multiply your outside terms together. 2x times negative 2 was negative 4x. Then it said your inside terms, 1 times 3, and 1 times negative 2. So when you were done all with that, you were always able to gather your like terms that were in the middle here. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1x. And that question was complete. But now we're going to look at why we don't use FOIL as one of our terms to help us out anymore. We're good enough at expanding binomials that we can just always use the term expand now. And you know to expand means to multiply terms together. And the reason we can't use FOIL, if you have a look here, there's no first, outside, inside terms anymore because we have a 2 on the outside and 3 terms behind. So it's easier just to think of it as our multiplication. So we're first going to distribute the 2 in. The distribute means one term into the binomial. So that becomes 6x minus 4. The 2 does not get multiplied all the way across. It now will get multiplied in by that 6x minus 4. So we just rewrite our trinomial. And now we multiply the 6x by all 3 terms behind. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit because that looks like an 11 and it's only a 1. 6x times x squared becomes 6x cubed. 6x times 2x becomes 12x squared. And then 6x times 1 is just 6x. Now we multiply the negative 4 by all 3 terms behind. So I have negative 4x squared minus 8x minus 8. And just like in the question above, our last thing to do is to gather like terms. So our x squared and our x squareds are alike. 12x minus 4 is positive 8x squared. 6x minus 8x leaves me with negative 2x. And then the negative 4 on the end. So that question is now expanded and simplified. The very last thing is now just for you to try a couple questions on your own and bring them into class tomorrow, and then we will continue from there. So tomorrow, be sure that you copy these questions out and come with your answers the best you can. If you don't think it's right, as long as you tried, it makes it a whole lot easier to learn from your mistakes than to learn from not attempting it at all. So here's your first example. And then your second example, negative x, 3x minus 2, 5x minus 3. And I'll just give you a hint with that last one when you go to try it, that it's always easiest to work from the inside out and to be sure you're still following BEDMAS within the brackets.